Welcome to Just a Bunch of Nerds, a podcast dedicated to everything nerd, covering movies, anime, comics, gaming, and more. Warning, this show may contain spoilers and mild language. Listener discretion is advised.
The smell of Mountain Dew and defeat. You know, I hate to tell you this, Corvus, but Marvel is for normies. I always thought anime was much more, viable.
Neptune,
Corvus.
you always wear such weeby merch.
Touche. I hear you're quite the nerd.
You should talk.
You should listen. What if I told you we were putting a team together?
Who's we?
Hey everyone, my name's Goji, and I'm here with my friends Neptune
Sup?
and Corvus,
Yo, yo.
and we are just a bunch of nerds. We're going to be doing a bi-weekly podcast talking about a whole bunch of different nerd topics. We're going to start with a movie review. We'll get to that a little bit later. But it's going to basically covering movies, anime, comics, gaming. Neptune, you want to take it away?
Oh yeah, so, today's episode is going to be on Infinity War, because that's a big thing going on right now. You know, they've been building up to this thing for, quite some time now, ever since Iron Man 1. I don't got the exact dates, but I know it was a long time ago. You know, it's going to be hype.
2008.
2008? Dude, literally 10 years ago, they've been hyping up this movie. It's going to be big. All right, I'll hand it over to Corvus. You got it.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about this one. Especially, man, I have been going to theaters and seeing every freaking Marvel movie since Iron Man 1, you know. So, I'm excited. I'm thrilled. Anyway, so a little bit about us. Like I said, I'm Corvus. I guess my expertise would be the gaming section and a little bit about Marvel. I basically spend all day, every day, either playing video games, watching anime, or obsessing over Deadpool. But yeah, that's basically who I am. Goji?
This isn't my first podcast. I hosted a podcast for the Godzilla fan site Toho Kingdom. It's a database on all the different monsters, weapons, and stuff like that, and then they have a message board too. We ran about for, I want to say 2 years, and that kind of went its own way, and I left the show, and I tried to start up a show very similar to this, actually, just by myself, but it kind of sucked. Yeah, it wasn't very good. You can't really podcast alone. It's a lot easier with other people. This is going to be a lot easier. Other than that, I'm a massive kaiju fan. I have an entire living room full of Godzilla posters, movies, games, toys. My fiance thinks I'm nuts. I'm a gamer. I have a PS4. I play a little bit on the PC, but not much. And that's all there is really to know about me. How about you, Neptune?
Well, I'm not going to lie. When it comes to all this nerd shit, I think I'm going to be, the worst at this. I can't. My main thing is honestly that all that anime junk. Other than that, my main hobby is boxing and going out doing stuff outside. And whenever I'm done, I just load up an episode of those Japanese cartoons I've been watching ever since I was a kid. I don't know. That's kind of my thing here. Gonna be hearing a lot of anime references from me. Most of you probably won't get it, but I love this shit.
It's okay, nobody understands you, Neptune.
You're not wrong.
Alright, and as for now, we're gonna go freshen up our memories a little bit and watch the Infinity War trailers, and we'll get back to you in just a moment.
There was an idea to bring together a group of remarkable people.
To see if we could become something more.
So when they needed us, we could fight the battles
that they never could.
In time, you will know what it's like to lose. To feel so desperately that you're right, yet to fail all the same. fight it, run from it, destiny still arrives.
Evacuate the city. Engage all defenses. And get this man a shield.
Fun isn't something one considers when balancing the universe. But this does put a smile on my face. Who the hell are you guys?
All right, and we're back. We just finished watching all the trailers for Infinity War. Any first impressions, guys?
Hype. That's it.
Like, yes.
You're not wrong.
No, man, I'm so pumped. Like, even in just the trailers, we're seeing a lot of, like, I guess some of those details that, I mean, one, they've been building toward, and so I'm excited to finally see them, and also some little things that they've added, like, you know, you see Peter Parker with his Spidey sense that we kind of missed out on in the movie.
Yeah, they
And,
didn't really use the Spider Sense in Homecoming or in Civil War.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of got, like, over and over again, I'm pretty sure he got, like, bamboozled way more than someone who has, like, what's the word for it? I don't know, but basically someone who can, sense when danger is coming. He seemed to be sneak attacked far too often, but I'm glad they're adding that into the actual Avengers, because that's, like, one of his coolest powers, I think, the power of that. If I was going to have something small from Spider-Man, I'd probably just steal that, because that'd be OP.
To be honest, I think that's part of, like, his character is growing.
I was just
not
about to
just
say
as a
the
person,
same
but as a
thing.
hero. Like, he's trying to work his way up to being Avengers worthy. Because they talk about it at the end, kind of Homecoming, and I think that's their way of showing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be, like, a seriously big movie. I mean, it's been 10 years, nearly, nearly
like
20 movies, or
decade
exactly
worth of-
20 movies?
Yeah. The closest it's ever been to this is the Star Wars franchise, and they're at 8-9 movies. And
Yeah, this is a lot
we're
more
in
than
double
Star
digits
Wars.
here, dog.
I wonder if... do you think Marvel's made more money than Star Wars by now, or...
They might have, man. I mean,
I can just look it up, because I have my phone right here. I can look
just
up.
Marvel versus Star Wars.
well, he's looking up the profits. One of the other things that, like, I'm real hyped about, there's the moment where Cap's holding back Thanos, and, like, he has the power and the
That's like the one part that you
Space-
fixated on, like,
Space one.
since
He
we started
definitely has the
talking.
space one, because
Because,
he's
I mean-
teleporting around all over the place in the trailer.
like,
Yeah, it's the blue stone and the purple stone, right?
Yeah, I think that's power in space, I want to say. But the fact that Cap is just straight up holding back the Power Stone, and, like, Thanos' face for a second there is kind of like, nunny.
Oh, yeah.
I was not expecting this. It's kind of, I think it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like they're kind of like making Captain America a little OP with in this MCU. I don't really read Captain America comics that much. I mean, he's a cool character, but he's not one of my favorites or anything like that. But it seems like they're kind of making him Superman, where he can just do it because he's Captain America in the movies now.
Yeah, I mean, like, he has the Power Stone and, like, the Space Stone. I don't know how he's holding that back, but I mean, I feel like even the Hulk would struggle with that, because Thanos is a swole giant purple dude. Like, I really don't know how strong Thanos is on his own, but I know he could probably curb stomp the Hulk.
I mean,
I really don't know.
I
He
feel
just
like
seems like it.
It could possibly be one of those things where, like, he has the stone in the glove, but he hasn't, like, activated it. So maybe it's going to be one of those, like, fight him off, and then be like, oh, he's actually kind of strong. Activate the gem, crush.
Yeah,
Maybe,
I don't know exactly how that works. I mean, they literally just touching the stone in Guardians of the Galaxy, like, caused them to, like, explode, and gave Quill that like crazy power. And you said it yourself, bitch, we're the Guardians of the Galaxy, that thing.
Do you think he'll try another dance-off to stop Thanos?
Oh, if there is a Thanos versus Quill dance-off, I'm paying double the money for the ticket.
I walk back out to the cashier and be like, "Excuse me, sir, I need to pay for another ticket because yes."
I'm just looking up money. I haven't got.
I'm just looking up money.
Yeah. I mean, I might give up, but all I know is that that one made like 1.5 billion. I think they probably,
Which one's that one?
just the Avengers one. I'd expect
Marvel?
There's 2 Avengers movies so far.
Yeah, it's just I'm literally reading off just the Avengers, not the second one. It's not even on this list. I think this is the top 5.
Well, Ultron wasn't as good as the first one, so
Yeah.
I'd assume that the first one made more money anyway.
Yeah, I mean that's the
And that was like that was the first big hype of the cinematic universe.
I'm kind of surprised. Guardians of the Galaxy made like only half what Iron Man 3 made, at 1.21 billion versus.
Iron Man 3 was okay.
Iron Man 3, like, I like Guardians of the Galaxy more, but Iron Man 3 was also right after the first Avengers movie, so I feel like it was kind of trailing off the hype. That's probably why
It could have been.
Yeah.
I love me some Guardians of the Galaxy too.
So I'm just gonna like point it out right now, like Thanos without his helmet.
Oh yeah, you mean Rick Harrison? This is my pawn shop.
Homer Simpson.
He definitely needs that helmet on more often.
Yeah, he looks so much better with the helmet. Like I hope that's not a very prominent like look for him in the movie. Like I hope he gets the helmet for a majority of it.
I mean, I've seen so many memes at this point that I'm like used to it, so it doesn't even bother me anymore. I kind of like the fact that he's rolling up. In some of the scenes, he's not wearing like any armor. It shows just how little he cares about them at the beginning. He's literally just like curb stomping them. He punches. Okay, can I talk about the punch for a second? Because yeah, I've talked to you guys about this before, but the one punch in the trailer, I feel like he punches. Okay, people have been saying that it's Spider-Man in the Iron Man suit or something. Like it doesn't really matter who's in the suit. I don't care. But the fact that they go like 1 foot and it's like it's Thanos. I expect them to go flying. I feel like they nerf that punch a lot, just that when that person falls over, they can pan out and show like this epic shot of everyone just being defeated at his feet, maybe. But like I watch that punch every time I watch the trailer, and I go, bro, Thanos, come on, like stop pulling your punches, just destroy these kids. I really want to watch Thanos just go off with the gauntlet.
I was looking at that before, and I think he is punching Iron Man. Because there's also another one where he's like, it's not a punch, but he's almost like grabbing and smashing Spider-Man in the ground.
Oh.
That's a little different.
Rip.
Yeah, I really don't get.
I think the punch is Iron Man. Not that matters too much right now, but
yeah, that was just something that it always bugs me every time, and I'm like, okay, they're probably just setting up for like a cool shot, maybe. But like, I'm just expecting to watch Thanos literally just like throw the Hulk into space with some crazy shit going on because it's Thanos, and Thanos is. I'm hyped.
We're gonna get so excited for half of these scenes and watch them get cut from the movie and not even be in it, like, just in the trailer.
You know what I'm actually kind of confused about? You know, like I know Thanos, and I know what was it, Thor Ragnarok? I think they tease his ship, which kind of looks a lot like Ronin's, but like bigger. But like, what is that giant circle ship thingy that's like crashing through the city?
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, I
just have no idea what that is.
I mean, there's a giant army like scene in Wakanda. Then like maybe like he has like maybe that's one of like the
ships?
Yeah, like a ship from like his like fleet or something like that. Like
Does he have a fleet?
well,
Yeah.
there's that big battle in Wakanda. I mean, who's that?
Well, I know he has those 3 dudes. I forget what they call them.
Yeah, but there's that scene with like all of them like
There's like all these 4-armed alien
like that
dudes
Lord of the
fighting.
Rings like
Yeah.
2 armies like coming towards each other. So I'm assuming he has to have some kind of army.
Yeah, Thanos is definitely rolling up with an army of some sort. I don't know much about what's it called? His Black Order or something? His elite group?
Yeah,
How
something
many?
like that. 3 dudes.
Yeah. Thanos hasn't even been a character that I really know that much about. I've never really read a comic with him in it. My first exposure to Thanos was Marvel Superheroes, the video game.
Yeah, I think the only thing I really knew about Thanos was that he's the reason why Deadpool is considered immortal. Because he was jealous that Death loved Deadpool and was just like, well, you know what? You can't have her. Immortal.
Oh, fun.
Other than that, I'm like, Thanos is that purple swole dude. Yeah.
What else is there? I wanted to talk about the order that we think, because I doubt that, like, I doubt he's going to get, like, all 6. There's 6, right?
Yeah, there's 6
because there's also
matchups.
one on his, on, like, the top of his head.
Yeah.
I doubt he's going to get all 6. As soon as that happens, he's going to, like, he could just snap his fingers and win. Because I literally was, in that one comic, and they make a reference to this in the trailer, which I really like. In the first comic with Thanos in it, when he gets all the soul gems, because you were talking about how he's in love with Death or whatever, and Death was like, hey Thanos, half the universe, can you just get rid of him real quick? And he's like, okay, so he collects the gems, snaps his fingers, and they all just die. And in that comic, the people that he fought and just curb stomped were way stronger than the Avengers we have now. So I don't know how they're going to deal with that if he gets all 6. Because he fought, like, Eternity, which was basically just, super god, and a bunch of Celestials, and they're all just gods. So I doubt he'll find all of them, but what order are we thinking he's going to find them? Definitely the space one first, right? Because he's teleporting around the trailer.
If the trailers are anything to go by, he gets the Space Stone and the Power Stone first, because they're on his knuckles in the trailer.
So I was doing some reading on this too, and I think what's going to happen is on their way to Earth, Thanos is going to stop by the Nova Corps, and he's going to get the Power Stone.
That's right. I forgot.
He's going to stop by the Collector, who I believe still has the Either, which I think is the Reality Stone, the red one.
The Ether?
Yeah, because they left that with the Collector, and then at the end of Thor Ragnarok, we see that the ship appear in front of Thor and all them, so I'm assuming that's Thanos. So that's probably where they're gonna hook up with Loki and be all like, give me that Tesseract and get the Space Stone.
Touch him on button.
And then they're gonna get to Earth, or he's probably gonna send that his little squad. I don't remember what their names are. Can someone look up what their name is, so I don't have to keep being like his squad? But I think he's gonna send them out to get the Time Stone from Doctor Strange, the Mind Stone from Vision, while he's off trying to find the Soul Stone.
That sounds...
What was...
right.
Which stone... There's a shot of him putting the one... Like, he's holding the one stone above the glove, and he lets go of it and kind of, like, magnetizes it into a slot.
That was the blue one.
Was that...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that
was that the first one?
I think it's the second.
It was one of them. I know that...
Because if you look on the knuckle when he's fighting Cap, it's purple and then...
And blue.
Blue.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you're putting them on, you're not going to start on your middle finger.
Unless
you're
there's a
gonna start on
certain
the
order
pointer
that they
finger.
have to go in.
I'm pretty sure there's like the slot matters. You can't just...
Yeah, aren't they all different shapes in the cinematic universe anyway?
Yeah, they're all roughly the same
I
shape.
can't really tell off this little diagram thing that I'm holding, but I'm pretty sure there are no other stones on him until he puts the space one. But then I don't remember from the trailer. That was just a tiny detail that I kind of just looked over.
Also, you were talking about something about like how these guys are going to beat them. And I don't know how they're going to do it for the movies.
Proxima, Midnight,
Who's the one fighting Doctor Strange?
Ebony Maw,
It sounds like someone magical. and-
Black Dwarf.
But
Oh,
anyway,
that's it.
so the thing is, in some of the comics, I don't remember what universe or what set of comics it was, but at some point they managed to get the gauntlet away from him, and like I think it's actually Iron Man uses it to like punch out Thanos.
Oh, dude, so many characters in the comics have gotten the Infinity Gauntlet. Like, I think Deadpool had it at one point, too.
Dude, put it on the Hulk. Oh my god.
I think he did.
Well,
I think he
honestly,
had
Are
it.
you serious?
Yeah.
If you ask me, they're kind of making Iron Man look a little bit more like a leader and almost a standout protagonist, so I'm thinking maybe they might be going in that kind of direction.
Yeah, 16 superheroes and villains that have used the Infinity Gauntlet.
Oh god.
Thanos, Nebula,
What a surprise.
Adam Warlock, Magnus, I'm not recognizing any of these names, Reed Richards,
Oh yeah.
Iron Man,
Yeah, I watched the video on
Captain
something, I don't
America,
remember.
Black Panther, Darkseid, Seed
Wait, isn't he in the wrong? Isn't he DC?
No. Lockjaw and the Pet
Darkseid.
Avengers, Ultimate Hulk. Wait, maybe it might have been a crossover.
Apocalypse.
Oh, okay.
The Hulk there, Ultimate Hulk. Spider-Man had it. Sweet. Doctor Doom. Dark Surfer. I don't fucking know who that is. Santa Claus. Santa Claus?
Oh yeah, no, I watched the video on that. Yeah, Santa Claus. There was like a thing where they were trying to help him get his presents on time, and he's like, if I use the time of the Infinity Gauntlet, I can make it. And then it corrupts Santa, and they have to kick the shit out of him. And
Oh yeah,
save
you were
Christmas.
right. It is DC Comics. It was Marvel and DC Comics compete against each other in Justice League versus Avengers.
Oh, fun. Dude, isn't Darkseid just like a better version of Thanos, kind of? Isn't he from like a god planet? And he's like the ruler of gods?
I actually don't know DC nearly.
Yeah,
as well as
I'm
Marvel.
not as versed in DC. I know that Darkseid is he's a character in Injustice.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I played him. He literally just stands with his hands behind his back.
He's like the
Barely
one
caring.
character that you have to buy, even if you have like the Ultimate Collection or whatever like that.
I love
I haven't
playing
paid for him.
So this isn't related to Thanos or Infinity War, but talking about Santa freaking having the Infinity Gauntlet, that reminds me of like some of the other weird things. Like there's a guy Galactus who has like heralds, and at one point Aunt May is a herald. Aunt May is a herald of Galactus at some point, and it's just like, why?
Oh, you were going over that list of people who wore the Infinity Gauntlet?
Yeah.
And I was watching a video on all of them, and I'm pretty sure, I think you said Lockjaw or something?
Yeah.
Pretty sure there's like a pet Avengers thing?
Yeah, that was on there. It was on the list.
Was it the dog that wore it? Or was it like the Thor frog?
The picture looked like it was the frog, but I wasn't really paying attention that much. I was kind of going down the list.
Dude, Marvel gets weird sometimes.
I have a couple of things here that I wrote down that I've noticed in the trailers, just kind of like quick grabbing them real quick. This is the first time that we've seen the human version of Vision.
Yeah.
We haven't seen that yet.
Which I think means that they're going to be... I don't know how far they're going to go into it, but at least in the comics, Vision and Wanda, Scarlet Witch, they have a relationship.
Well,
and they're married
they
at some
were
point.
like about to kiss in the trailer there.
Which they're always on and off again.
Looks like they're building up a little bit of
because
an
they keep
emotional
dying.
thing with the Vision.
I was about to say they're definitely going to try to make his death sad, because so far...
If he dies, we were talking about this before,
Look.
I think they might pull something where...
Nothing's going to go well for him, at least not in the first one.
I think something's going to go where they're going to plot a way to bring him back to life without the Infinity Stone or something like that.
They might do something...
But he could also just die.
They might do something to save him in the second one, but for this first one, he's done.
Oh, yeah. He's going to get that thing ripped out of his skull. There's a part in the trailer where Tony Stark says something like, "A fight's what he wants, and that's what we is."
What?
I'll have
Does
to
he go all Ebonics on it and start rapping?
I'll have to pull the trailer back up and let you guys listen to it. But I had no idea. I could have just might not have picked up exactly what it was saying, but I was so confused.
Are you talking about when he says our advantage is that he's coming to us? A fight is what he wants on Earth or something? I don't know.
It was around that time. Yeah.
That was fine. He literally his main thing was going, yo, our one advantage is that Thanos is coming to us so we can build defenses and get ready for this giant purple dude with a super glove.
Yeah, but I swear, he says that's what we is, and I don't know what that. I could have said something else, and it just got a little tongue twisted.
But I'm pretty sure you just had an aneurysm or something. I have no idea. 99% sure.
Speaking of people coming to Earth,
speaking of
Tony
aneurysms,
Stark, and aneurysms, yes, Guardians of the Galaxy meeting with everyone. They talk about it in
who the hell are you guys?
They talk about it in not even a trailer, but it's they started filming, so they did a little I don't know what you want to call it, teaser, and the producers and directors talking about there's these moments when it's gonna be good because everybody in the room is like, oh, that's cool, and one of those moments is the Guardians of the Galaxy meeting the Avengers.
When I
think that's gonna
when the first trailer came out, where it there's the post credit scene for the trailer with Thor saying, "Who the hell are you guys?" and it shows the Guardians. Yeah. I didn't tell Brittany. Brittany's my fiance, by the way. I didn't tell her about any of this. I just showed her the trailer, and it's oh, cool, a new Avengers movie. And she's not really into Marvel as much, but I let her watch the trailer, and when it cut to that scene and she saw the Guardians of the Galaxy there, she jumped because she loved the Guardians of the Galaxy, especially Baby Groot. She loved Baby Groot so much. But when she saw him pop up, she's oh my gosh.
And I feel that when Thor asks that, he's going to be like, Star-Lord. And Thor's just going to be like, who? Oh, come on,
if they don't do that joke, they missed a serious opportunity.
Star-Lord.
But one of the other things I'm pretty excited about is during that trailer, and Tony's, or I think might have been Peter actually doing it, or Star-Lord, whatever you want to call him, who's like, that sounds like a terrible plan, but if you let me do it, then it might have a chance of being a good plan. And the look on Iron Man's face is just oh god. I've been talking to this guy for 30 seconds, and I'm already sick of his shit.
I can't wait to see the interactions between the characters that haven't met yet. Thor hasn't met half of the people yet. He hasn't been with the Avengers since Civil War, so he doesn't know who Spider-Man is. He doesn't know who Black Panther is. All that kind of stuff. Yeah. I want him to call Spider-Man the child of spiders or something like that.
The child of grabbing walls.
Speaking of Spider-Man,
human insect.
There's a shot in one of the trailers where he is clinging to the side of the bus with his mask up, and he like pulls it down. How do the kids not see him? How do the kids not see Peter Parker stuck to the side of the school bus,
Obviously,
pulling his mask
they're
down?
too busy studying for their finals.
Yeah,
Duh.
dog. Definitely. What else is there?
Cap's new shields are pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I like those. I mean, it's not Captain America's shield, but they're pretty.
He's dual wielding, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
He definitely
has
had
two shields.
I thought I
I
was.
do feel
tripping
kind
for
of
a
weird
second.
about it because it almost looks more like they're just gauntlets that are gonna make him punch stronger, and I'm like, man, there's just something about Cap and his ability to just throw a shield and be able to predict the trajectory
Ching,
so that
ching,
he
ching,
can catch it again. That like I just love, and without that, like not having that ability with the weird gauntlet shaped shields, I'm like,
I guarantee you,
he's getting that
if
shield.
if not in this movie or at the very end of this movie, by the Avengers 4, he's going to get the shield back. I've seen some people think, like they've said that they think that those gauntlets might kind of like combine together, like to make a bigger shield.
I feel like
but
it's
I'm
kind of
not
weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I know that at one point, I think during Civil War, the first Civil War, not the movie, the comics, Cap actually went under a different alias. It might not have been a Civil War, but like when he left the Captain America name, he kept fighting crime as a different name. So I don't know. Maybe he'll use a different name for this because he's not really Captain America. I know he doesn't have the star on the chest anymore.
That could be.
And he
doesn't
has
have his uniform.
He has a scruff. Well, no, he is wearing his it shows that there was a star that like it looks like he ripped the star off.
Yeah, but I mean, if he doesn't have the super frisbee throwing shit that he does in like all of his movies, I'm gonna be kind of disappointed. But then again, there's gonna be a whole bunch of shit going on. I'm not really gonna care that much. But I love when he just like, like you were saying, just throw that thing around and bounce off like 10 people, then comes back. Those are like his coolest scenes.
I still don't understand how that works. Like
it doesn't. It's Marvel.
That's one of the things about him from the Super Soldier Serum is that he's not just super swole, he's also super intelligent. So the whole thing is that supposedly, at least the way it's been described to me, is he actually does like the physics in his head as he just chucks it.
I don't buy it.
That's how it's been explained to me.
Yeah, I don't buy that at all because he doesn't come off as super intelligent at all in the movies or really in the comics from what I've read. He seems not dumb, like he's not intelligent, but he's not very intelligent. Like
maybe it's just like his senses and stuff, just like his
maybe just natural instinct.
Yeah, stuff like that. Just like his combat fighting ability, everything that helps with that.
I think I'd buy like a drone or something built into the shield that tells it where to go and then come back or something like that. Before I buy him being hyper intelligent.
Chuck it as hard as he can and be like magnet.
Because if he was super intelligent and can calculate like the angles and all that kind of stuff, I feel like he'd be helping Bruce Banner and Tony Stark figure out shit like that.
True.
Now the Hulkbuster's in this.
Right.
Oh yes.
Hulkbuster armor. Now, I noticed, and I've seen other people comment too, that it looks like it might be the Hulk in the armor.
That would be cool.
He has this weird, movement,
I knew you were
like
gonna
he
say
doesn't
that,
know exactly how to fly it. Like when he's landing, like he looks kind of rough. Like and he's like the way he's moving, it looks like it might
like
be the
he's a
Hulk in the armor.
novice.
That
not
kind of
Tony?
would make sense because Wakanda, they're giving all their heroes upgrades like Captain America and Shield. Iron Man is giving his heroes upgrades like Iron Spider. So I mean, maybe he's
Now
hulking out. Or
if it is the Hulk in there, he can't just give him the Hulkbuster that was already in Age of Ultron.
Yeah,
I
he
think
would
it
have
has to
to-
be like an all new suit because the Hulkbuster
it's
it was like a
designed to fit
mech.
human inside.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
not a giant green monster.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't know how that would. Okay, I know it sounds dumb, but the Hulk is already like super strong on his own, and he kind of just like I don't know how putting a robot armor around him seems like it just restrict him based on his just pure physical ability, and how he's already like super strong, already like bulletproof. I don't know how putting him in armor would really help. I feel like it kind of just slow him down because he's literally just like pure instinct and swole boy.
Yeah, is the Hulk smart and I'm assuming if it's gonna be a suit, it's gonna have missiles and lasers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Is Hulk gonna be smart enough to be able to use that?
If
Well,
it's
to
the
be
one
fair,
from
I feel like Iron Man would, if he's making a suit for Hulk, he's gonna make it designed to work for the Hulk, not just be like, I'm gonna give you missiles and lasers. He'd probably be like, look, this is just gonna let you stay in the air longer It'll have thrusters to boost your punches even harder. It'll take some of that defensive shock from Thanos' punches.
Yeah.
I see the Hulk more. I can't even picture him being calm enough to get in the suit.
Yeah.
I see him, like, if they do try to get the suit on him, I see him being kind of, like, getting angry and ripping it off and stuff like that. Like, I can't picture
He'll probably end. It might be one of those where, like, they're like, look, we're going to put the Hulk in the Hulkbuster outfit, and he's going to try and do it, get there, and be like, okay, this is annoying, and it's not working, it's just restraining me, and rip it off.
That would be, like, the biggest tease ever.
'Cause I feel like that would be such a Marvel funny moment that they love to do.
I bet Stan Lee would be the janitor somewhere in the background during that.
What would the Stan Lee cameo be?
I hope he's in space.
He's a Wakandan warrior.
Oh, yeah! Dude, okay, no, that would actually be pretty funny.
He's actually out in, like, doing a safari thing, like, looking out, and just, like, sees them
There,
fighting. He's like,
there was that... There was that one, was it Guardians of the Galaxy 2, where he was, like, sitting on, like, a meteorite talking to the Watchers, saying, like, oh, and one time I was a UPS man or a FedEx man or whatever. Oh, yeah. He could just be that same guy in space again.
Yeah, but I feel like they never do the same thing.
Yeah, that's why I'm, like...
I think it would be funniest if they just straight up go with that he's a Wakandan warrior. Because we're all already expecting the Stan Lee cameo, and they're always ridiculous. Might as well make it, like, pinnacle of... What?
They started out so subtle, like outside of the MCU, like the first Spider-Man cameos, Stan Lee's cameos, like that were in like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, was like him running away from like a falling piece of rubble or something like that, and that was it. Like you just saw him really quick falling away and stuff like that. Now they try to be as stupid and as funny as they can. Yeah. Like
they're so used to it now.
The first Stan Lee cameo was actually back in like the 70s in one of the Incredible Hulk like TV shows. Like he was like, I remember hearing that he was like on the jury of a court in one of the Hulk movies from back then.
I feel like that's a good thing to ask you guys. What's your favorite Stan Lee cameo?
MCU exclusive or just in general?
MCU, yeah.
Yeah, that's
or really any Marvel movie.
Any Marvel movie, I'd probably have to do the one from Spider-Man 2?
Is that where he's they're Spider-Man? Is it Venom? And they're fighting in the background of the library, and he's just chilling there.
No, that's the Amazing Spider-Man.
That one's my favorite.
Where he's listening to the classical music.
Yeah, that one is.
That's the Amazing Spider-Man. I can't remember if it's Spider-Man 2 or 3, where he is standing there with Peter Parker, like it's Stan Lee next to Peter Parker, and he says, like, you know what? I believe one man can make a difference. Enough said.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Like, it was a really good cameo. But MCU, I'd probably have to say... It may be from the original Iron Man, when Tony Stark thought he was Hugh Hefner.
Oh, yeah.
And he, like, turned around like...
I think...
That was funny.
I'm kind of stuck between two. With the first Thor one, when he's driving the truck trying to pull the hammer out.
And it rips the bumper off.
That, or in the second Fantastic Four movie, when he's denied entrance to the wedding. He's like trying to get in. It's like, you're not on the list. It's like, but I'm Stan Lee.
I'm Stan Lee.
I haven't watched the Silver Surfer one in a long time.
I know, but
I mean, since Fan Four Stick came out, I mean that there's just no better Fantastic Four movie.
Very unfortunate. Because I love Doctor Doom too. Doctor Doom is like
so stupid in that movie.
Dude, like so many people want them to get the rights to the Fantastic Four for the MCU just so they could put Doctor Doom in the MCU, like have him as the next big villain.
Because he's like the smartest dude in the end. I don't know if I'm wrong on this, but I've heard from a bunch of people that Doctor Doom's like the smartest, and he's like
he is one of like
the most intelligent, and also what is it? What's the word? He's like Gilgamesh from Fate. What's it called?
OP.
Yes, but something different.
Yeah, he's one of those
smug. He just rolls up and he's like, I am way more intelligent than you. You all suck. There was one scene I was watching from some animated movie, and what's-her-face was trying to get into his head, and he literally just, like, wasn't paying attention, and I think she just, like, calls him out a bit on being, like, just not as smart as he looks, and he's like, listen here, kid. You are too dumb to even talk to me. I don't consider your words to matter at all to someone of my intelligence. He's literally pulling the... You have to have a very high IQ to talk to me. You cannot understand my nihilistic outlook. And what is that whole meme? Basically, the whole Rick and Morty watcher thing. That's basically what he pulls on her. I want Dr. Doom. if they, this whole Thanos thing is going to be huge. If they need more ideas, just snag Doctor Doom.
Well, they just bought Fox. I mean, Disney bought Fox. Do they own Fantastic Four now?
Yeah.
Like, is it confirmed? Like, or is there like still some legal stuff that they have to get around? Because I mean, they haven't. I feel like if they would have gotten that, they would have like been like, guys, look, we got it. Like, Fantastic Four. It's like,
well, I think they got it a little too late to throw it into the first Infinity War.
Well, no, I don't even mean just Infinity War. I mean like on social media, like Marvel Cinematic, like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, like social media page being like, guys, we got Fantastic Four. They do have the rights to Fantastic
Four, X-Men, and Deadpool. And I know people were questioning like, oh, why can't Deadpool be in the MCU? I'm like, well, they're still working on it. And apparently they're still like, they're got contracts for the Deadpool movies and everything. So it's like, you can't really...
I saw a Tumblr post the one time saying, like, oh man, I hope Deadpool gets in the cinematic universe because I want there to be like a super serious scene where they're all talking in the Avengers Tower and Deadpool just hawks up in the background making a chimichanga in the microwave or something like that. And like it led to something like where Deadpool like jumps out the window going, "Catch me, Spidey!" and he falls to the ground and says, "What the shit, Parker?"
What the shit? Yeah, oh man, if that ever became a thing, oh my god.
Dude, I don't think that Deadpool should be in the cinematic universe.
I don't think
except for, I think he should acknowledge it. Like the scene in the first Deadpool where he's talking about, where they say, come on, we're taking you back to Xavier, and he's like, Stewart or whatever the other guy's name is that plays it. Like, these timelines are so confusing. It should be stuff like that. Like, okay, well, which timeline are we going in? The X-Men universe, the other X-Men universe, the Marvel universe? Which one am I in right now?
Oh, hell yeah.
Something like that, or like, maybe have him as like a cameo, but I just think his style won't quite fit the MCU.
Yeah, not really.
Like, and everything.
I think having him appear, it would be like fine for certain things, but not have him like be a main character in like the Avengers movies and stuff like that.
Back on topic.
Back to Infinity War.
Yeah, we should probably go on about that. We were going to talk about deaths.
Oh,
yes,
deaths.
yes.
Very important, because people will die, apparently, and people won't
will
come
die.
back.
Vision?
Probably.
Vision? He's dead.
That's an inside joke.
Taking the Mind Stone? He's dead.
The stone's in his head? He's dead.
I mean, he has to be. It's in his head. Thanos wants it. He's going to crush his skull.
Oh,
I
yeah,
hope Thanos
in
gets
the trailer, they definitely show it. Like,
the scepter.
using the scepter, ripping it out of his forehead.
Yeah.
He's done so.
There's a lot of shots in there like that show like somebody like that might be about to die. Like there's a shot where like Thanos, I'm assuming it's Thanos, literally has a hold of Thor's head.
And he's screaming.
And like Thor is screaming. Like, is Thor gonna die?
And there's the thing with Doctor Strange.
Yeah, with like the shards,
glass.
like pointing at his face.
I hope he doesn't die to some. What was it? It was like a Dark Order person, right? It was some alien.
Yeah.
I think what's gonna happen is Doctor Strange is gonna get beat, and his little Asian sidekick guy is gonna try and like stop them from taking the stone, and he's gonna die.
Oh yeah.
What I think they're going to do is they're going to try to get rid of the first phase characters, Captain America, Iron Man, stuff like that. Like the big hitters like Thor, Captain America, and Iron Man, stuff like that, to try to bring in a new wave of characters. Because I know that there was an interview before where they said that they're going to try to kick off the next phase and have Spider-Man be like one of the main focuses. Like have him be like the Iron Man of the next phase of the cinematic universe.
Yeah.
So that basically tells me that Iron Man's donezo. Like either in this one or the next one.
Fine for the first movie.
Yeah, I think he's gonna die within this in this saga, like this Infinity Saga.
I think. All right. So first, I think Cap's gonna die.
Yeah.
Because Tony's had the vision before where the shield is broken, and I'm just like, to me that means the death of Captain America. Eventually, it's gonna happen, and I think it's gonna happen in one of these two movies, either Infinity Part 1 or 2.
Isn't the actor or something not playing?
Also, only on
Captain
in
America.
contract for the next Infinity War
Yeah,
movie.
Captain America said
He has to be done.
Yeah, he said he's done with his contract after Avengers 4,
This
which
is
is
the
the next
perfect
one.
time to kill Captain America and have people be like, oh shit. And also, even for the trailer, they're hyping him up to be like,
then
super
you have,
strong.
like Bucky or Falcon take over.
Yeah, because both of them have been Captain America in the comics.
Yo, Bucky with that shield and that arm.
Dude,
Yes,
the
please,
Bucky
do it.
Captain America outfit is pretty sick. Like I'll look it up real quick.
Another person I think is gonna die is Loki.
That's gonna be sad.
And
I knew you were gonna say that.
I know it's gonna be sad because I love Loki, But my hopes, I don't know that it'll be this case, but Loki's one of those, he's chaotic neutral, he does what's best for him and his survival. So I feel like
I like that Glock.
he's going to realize, like, look, oh wow, that is cool.
Like,
But,
I like
if the Avengers have any chance of beating Thanos, Thanos is going to end up killing me no matter what. So I think he's going to use that Tesseract that he stole, which is the space?
Yeah, it is a space one.
Space one.
It's
Yeah.
a teleporting super one.
I think he's going to try and offer to Thanos to get close to him and then try and, like, betray him at some point. And I think that's going to end him dying.
Loki pisses me off so much because he, like, no matter what he does in every single movie, it ends with him betraying the other person. Like,
Yeah.
He's the trickster.
I know,
god.
and I know that's his point. I know it's his point. It's just, like, aggravating. It's like, damn you, Loki! Like,
I think that's might be the direction that he's going to die. Yeah.
I
Give him
mean-
a little bit of redemption. Or attempted redemption.
so,
Yeah. Attempted redemption. I hope it's just a bait. I feel like they're gonna bait his death, but I hope he's like, it was just a clone or my super spell or something. Because not Loki. I mean, I know it's definitely on the table of possibilities, but
There's also
no, not my man.
one of the things I've been thinking about is ever since what was it? Wait, which one was that? Ultron, where we meet Hawkeye's family.
Yes.
In that movie, I was like, no, they're getting us attached to Hawkeye. He's gonna die.
dude, Hawkeye
And he's
hasn't
still
appeared in
alive.
any of the trailers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
He's dead.
Exactly. He's dead. He's
No trailers? He's dead.
Like, I think he's gonna die because they're like, hey, get really attached to this guy. He's got family.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
gonna die.
He's got family.
That, or in the comics, he is. I don't know if he's always been deaf, or if he goes deaf at some point. But it could also take it in that direction, where like they take his hearing in these movies.
I hope Thanos rips his ears off. I hope Thanos gets metal with his jaw.
His ears.
Dude, they should just make it rated R and have him just stomp through people's chests. I hope he rips Iron Man's
Dude,
heart out.
the movie still hasn't had a rating yet.
Really?
Yeah.
They're probably having the same problem they've had.
It's gonna be
with a bunch of
PG-13.
other movies where they
It's gonna
they
be
wanted to
PG-13.
keep PG, but they keep pushing those limits and are like, oh crap, it's going a little R. We gotta tone it back, make it PG again. And that's probably why it's not rated yet.
Okay, so real quick, I got the list of all confirmed characters for Infinity War so far. We'll do a roundtable real quick and see everybody's opinions on if they're gonna die or survive.
Oh,
Alright,
shit.
alright.
That means I have to pick either, in my book, I'm not sure, I don't feel like they're... Well, they totally could kill both Captain America and Iron Man, but I don't know, might
But
just
they
choose
are
one.
building up the next generation of Marvel Cinematic
And
Universe.
Iron Man was the first movie ever 10 years ago.
So, all right. So
He's done.
if you have a reason as to why you think that, feel free to explain it. So,
Okay.
Iron Man.
Great. Now that you said their phase thing, I think he's gonna die. I hope Thanos rips his fake heart out. That'd be awesome.
Well,
But
he
sad.
doesn't need that to live.
Yeah, he doesn't need to live anymore. At the end of Iron Man 3, he was like,
Oh, yeah, did he make a...
"Oh, I
He-
got
he
the."
got a surgery
It
to
was
get the
it was
shots
weird as
Oh,
weird as hell
it's dumb,
because
but-
in the first movie, it's like it's impossible to get it out. That's why you need this arc reactor. And then at the end of Iron Man 3, it's like, "Oh, I
just
got
did
it
a
surgically
surgery."
removed." Like,
Oh.
But-
Yeah, I forgot that was a thing. Yeah, my bad.
but so you're voting dead.
Yeah, I think so. You're talking about the whole phase thing. He was literally phase 1, the first dude. He has to, right?
Phase 1, movie 1.
Yeah, he's literally was the first.
I think he lives, but I think he's gonna give up the Iron Man mantle. He's gonna be kind of like the old wise man that's
That
giving
is,
direction to the next set of Avengers.
Has he done that in the comics?
I don't know.
It sounds like a thing.
But-
he was
Yeah.
kind of a father figure
I-
to Spidey, right?
In
Yeah,
the movies.
I feel like that's
Yeah.
the direction they're taking it.
I mean, I could see that. That'd be kind of neat. But I mean, I'm still thinking that I think he's dead. I think Tony Stark's gonna die, and I already told Brittany, and I don't even want to see
She's still
it.
mourning? Is that
I
why she's
don't
not out
I don't
here
even
right
want
now?
to see it. if Robert Downey Jr.'s dead, I'm not watching. Yeah, I think Iron Man's not gonna make it.
But I think
If-
he's gonna survive this first movie
I,
at least.
Oh,
maybe,
yeah.
maybe. I think there is the possibility of him dying this one, but I think he will die in the fourth one. I think either Cap or Tony is going to die in this one.
I think Cap
I think
has this
one or the other is going to die in this one, and the other one's going to die in the
Because
next one.
in all the comics, Cap dies first, and Tony is left with remorse and regret and having to deal with that.
Yeah.
And it tears him apart even more because, he needs more crippling depression.
All right, speaking of Cap, Steve Rogers.
Oh, dude, he's done. I like. It's just
He's dead.
this is the ideal time to kill off Captain America. I really don't want to see a Captain America that isn't this actor and he's only playing the Infinity War. I feel like having him be the first big death is a good idea, even though I hate to say that. But like, it's just like they're hyping up both Tony Stark and Captain for their final moments. I feel like because Tony Stark has the mantle of being the leader,
it does seem like
and Captain America has been a bit strong, not gonna lie, with him holding back Thanos in the Power Stone. That could be his final moment where Thanos goes, okay, I'm going off on you, kid. I'm going off right now. Because he's gonna be like, he was holding back the Power Stone. I feel like that's kind of just gonna be like his last stand, and then he's just gonna crush his face in or
Holding him
some
back so
crazy
others
shit.
can get away.
Yeah, maybe something like that. I think Captain America. I like Corvus's idea that Captain America dies first, and then Iron Man has to deal with the crippling depression that his friend that he hasn't talked to for a bit just died. So yeah, Captain America, you done, son. Like, there's no way he's living.
Alright, so I agree. I think Captain America's dead. I mean, like I said, I think they've been foreshadowing it since Age of Ultron when Tony has the vision of the broken shield.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think they've been telling us since then.
But if you go by that, a lot of them are dead. In
Well,
that
a lot
vision,
of them are
like
probably gonna die.
I know Hulk has like spears going, like multiple spears in his back.
He might not be making it either. I don't
Okay.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, also with Cap, I think maybe they might do one of those things where he comes back for a little bit because they use the power of the gauntlet to help them beat Thanos finally.
And that's when Marvel Zombie starts.
In the part 2 of Infinity War. But I think if they take it that kind of route, it's going to be one of those, like, look, guys, I'm dead. Like, let me be. Like, I've been alive for way too long already.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh my god.
Like, the person he loved is dead. Maggie Carter or Peggy Carter, whatever her name.
Maggie Carter.
Something Carter.
Yeah.
You know, I think it might be something like that.
I agree. I'm agreeing with you guys. I think Cap's done with this in this movie. I think it's going to be him. There's a Facebook page that I'm on all about the cinematic universe, and somebody made a post and said, "What if he dies in this one, and there's a scene of him meeting Peggy Carter on the dance floor for that dance?"
I will cry. I will straight up.
I even commented. I said, "That's what. Do you want grown men to cry? Because that's what's going to happen."
There will be waterfalls out of my eye sockets.
That's going to be unfortunate. I'm not ready.
All right, Thor.
Huh. Thor. You go first.
Alright, so I think Thor's gonna live. Because in the comics, Jane Foster takes over for him. Mm-hmm. But as of Thor Ragnarok, Jane Foster seems to be kind of out of the picture.
Yeah,
so I
there
think
was
they
something
backed
with
off of that idea.
What,
and I think
what was
Thor's
her
gonna
name?
survive this.
Who plays Jane Foster?
Natalie
Portman.
Yeah, I'm like, it's that girl that's like in all my favorite nerd things.
Star Wars.
Yeah. But yeah, she just, they seem to kind of back off of that whole thing, so I think he's going to survive.
Yeah, I think there was something that went on between the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe, like, productions and Natalie Portman, where she didn't want to be involved anymore or something like that, I think I remember hearing.
And also with him losing his eye and looking more like Odin,
yeah.
I feel like he's going to be taking up
with him becoming
less an Avenger, more leader of Asgard.
Yeah, with the ending of Thor Ragnarok, with him becoming the leader of Asgard and stuff like that, I think that's setting him up for something a lot bigger. So I don't think that he's gonna die.
I agree. I think he's gonna live. I'm not gonna lie. I love Thor, and I want my lightning boy to live.
I didn't care for the first two Thor movies, but Thor Ragnarok was actually like my favorite.
Yeah, that one was really good.
Speaking of Thor Ragnarok, they also took away his hammer, which is like his big fighting thing.
Yeah,
so like I feel like they're really pushing him away
he's getting
from
a
the
new
warrior
one too.
And more to the leader.
He has a new weapon that he's going to have in Infinity War. I can't remember the name of it, but it's like an axe. And in Spider-Man Homecoming, they mention Thor's magic belt. Bruce Banner.
It makes him stronger. But
I'm not going to lie. It seems like this version of Marvel, all these Marvel movies don't seem to make Hulk that big.
It's because they have a deal, like, they can't make Hulk movies. Paramount owns the Hulk. So it's kind of like the whole Spider-Man thing. they can't make Hulk movies, but they can have Hulk in movies.
Oh. Well, I mean, not even just like the Hulk movies, but even in like the movies he's in, he seems to just kind of be, I don't know, whenever I read, look at comic facts, it seems like Hulk is just like, OP strong and can just like bench the moon easy, but like in these movies he seems to just get like, I mean, you saw in Thor Ragnarok, he got not really pummeled, I mean, it was kind of a fair fight, but Thor is kind of just better. There are a lot of things that make him seem not as great as the Hulk in the comics, which kind of makes me sad because I love the Hulk. I hope they give him a bigger role and that he lives. He could totally die. I'm gonna say that he's gonna live because they don't even have him as like that big of a character. So it's like, why even kill him off when you could have him continue to smash shit for the future?
Well, real quick side note, you were talking about how Thor is like better than Hulk. Did you know that Thor was actually created because in the comics they were like, oh crap, we made Hulk way too OP, so they created Thor so that somebody else would be comparable to the Hulk. So actually the existence of Thor is to make Hulk less OP.
Yeah.
Just kind of
I just want Hulk to stand out in some way. I want him to do something like crazy. Just bench press, like, just hold back the moon or something crazy.
I definitely he's going to do some like crazy swole stuff against Thanos. But I think he's going to die. Because, they've talked a lot about, they've kind of gotten onto like the dark side of like Bruce Banner and his like suffering and fear of the Hulk, and like he mentions about like, I once put a bullet in my mouth and the other guy spit it out.
That was actually an alternate ending to the Incredible Hulk movie. They actually filmed that and you can see it.
Yeah, and I think that's gonna go in, like, I think like it just seems like Bruce wants the Hulk gone and is okay with dying in the process.
I'm actually really conflicted on if I think the Hulk's gonna die or not. Spider-Man's my all-time favorite character from the Marvels, but Hulk is easily a close second. In Age of Ultron, like we were talking about that vision, you can see the Hulk with spears in his back, and he's dead. But in Thor Ragnarok, they're making him such a new version of the Hulk compared to what we've seen already. Like, he's literally, like, in the Incredible Hulk movie, he was a little bit more intelligent, kind of, like, he stood upright, and he seemed to understand everything that was going on. But in the Avengers and Avengers Age of Ultron, he almost acted like a gorilla, like he was, like, walking on his knuckles and stuff like that. But in Thor Ragnarok, he's a lot more intelligent. Like, he was literally having conversations with Thor and stuff like that.
He was making jokes. He was making fun of my
God. My favorite part of that entire movie is when Thor's like, you're being a bad friend. And Hulk's like, you're a bad friend. And throws the shield. And he's like, are you crazy? He's like, yes. He's like, sorry. I just got so angry all the time.
Yeah, no, I liked the new Hulk in Ragnarok. He was fun.
Yeah, dude.
I hope they give him a huge buff and make him, more relevant.
Yeah,
I'd love to see that.
So in Ragnarok, he's like, they're making an all new Hulk compared to what we've seen already, and it's a great Hulk. Like, I love the way that they're handling him. But then also they did the whole Bruce Banner. I'm afraid that if I turn into the Hulk again, I'll never be able to. I'll stay the Hulk. I'll never be able to be Bruce Banner again. And he did turn into the Hulk at the end of Ragnarok. And they never addressed if he was going to turn back to Bruce Banner again or not.
But he is Bruce Banner in the trailers.
But there is Bruce Banner in the trailers again. So I think he might survive, and I hope he does, because I'm holding out. I really want a Hulk versus Red Hulk going.
Yeah. Do you think... Okay, this probably isn't going to happen, but just, do you think that maybe in the final moments against maybe Thanos, Hulk might have a big thing? Maybe he'll take the gauntlet and just smash Thanos' face in, but then he stays the Hulk and they have to put him down.
Like Old Yeller.
Yeah. Because if Thor is still there and everyone else, I'd love to see the Hulk just go all out against like the remaining Avengers, like Thor, everyone, and have them just try to put him down. Because I know he has like super regeneration or something. Or I mean, I'm not sure in the movies.
He does heal like super quick.
Yeah.
I'd honestly love to see that.
That would be cool. I don't know if that'll happen, but
probably not. But I'd love to see that.
What I think would be really cool to do with the Hulk in the comics and in the old TV show that was like in the 90s, I believe, they actually had Bruce Banner could turn into two different Hulks. There was the regular Hulk that was like angry and all that kind of stuff, and then there was Joe Fixit, which was the gray version of the Hulk that was like, he was just as intelligent as Banner, but he still had like, he didn't have as much strength as the Green Hulk, but he was like super strong.
That's still pretty good.
But he could he could talk and like articulate with people and stuff like that, but he was still super big. I think it'd be cool to like kind of start seeing that happen now that we have the Hulk kind of starting to talk and stuff like that. Maybe have them split into 2 different Hulks and stuff like that, so we could get to the Gray Hulk. Because I always loved the look of the Gray Hulk. That was how the Hulk looked in the original comics and stuff like that. He was gray originally, but they couldn't keep the gray consistent. Like sometimes it'd be too dark, sometimes it'd be too light, and it looked different from panel to panel. So they changed him to green because it was easier. But I always preferred the Gray Hulk, and then when they took that and made it like a part of the story as to why he was gray and stuff like that, I thought that was really cool. So I hope they kind of do that. So I really want the Hulk to survive. But that whole the Vision thing, if that is Infinity War, like if that Vision had to do with Infinity War, I think there might be a little bit of an issue there. But then again, he could also be just incapacitated with a whole bunch of spears in him, and they could pull him out and he could be fine.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, who's next?
Oh,
Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson.
man, she's too hot to die.
Yeah, but I feel like she would find some way to live.
You're not wrong. I feel like it would be super easy to just kill her because she's just like, I'm a normal woman with guns. I don't even have steroids.
Yeah, like I hate to say it, but I feel like she wouldn't have a big enough impact to kill her.
Her and Hawkeye, I mean, I kind of feel like they're on the same level. Let's kind of put them together. I kind of feel like they might retire after this.
I was thinking Hawkeye is either going to die or he's going to lose his hearing, and they're going to go with the whole, like, in the comics, how he is deaf. And he's going to...
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Because that's actually how Deadpool and him become friends, because Deadpool knows sign language.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know they became friends in the comics. Well, I need to read...
mean, as much of a friend as you can be with Deadpool.
I'm such a Spider-Man fanboy that I literally only buy Spider-Man comics, and I don't buy the comics. I buy them in the collections, like the trade paperbacks, after they come out. So I don't follow the Marvel comics that much. I've read a couple other comics, like on the app, that like sometimes they release free issues, and I'll read those. But I don't follow like actual stories and stuff like that. And I really should.
Going back to your phase theory that you're going off of, are they technically phase 1? They seem like phase 1.
Black Widow appeared in Iron Man 2. And Hawkeye appeared in Thor. Those were their first ones. So yeah, they are phase 1.
Honestly, they're like not even... I agree with Corvus. They're not even like relevant enough to just like kill off. I feel like they'll be like those characters that are like... They'll show like in the future, they'll be like old men and women going, I remember back in the day when this green man was jumping over me and this purple guy had a like pimpin' ass glove. I don't know. You know, I feel like there'll be some figures. Yeah, exactly. And maybe they'll bring up the next phase, like, Spidey and shit like that.
The one thing I don't know about your retiring theory is Hawkeye has already tried to retire, and he got brought back in.
Well, if he goes deaf, maybe he'd be forced to retire.
He might try and retire again. I don't know. It feels weird to have him retire twice.
Well, I was about to say, maybe they'll quit the whole Avengers thing like that, but then, like, in a later phase movie, after not seeing them in a couple of movies, like a whole phase or whatever, it'll be like, oh, surprise, Black Widow and Hawkeye are back after like so many years to help out or something like that. Next up will be Wanda Maximoff, Scarlet Witch, Elizabeth Olsen.
I think she lives.
Yeah.
They're building the love interest between her and Vision. You kill the Vision, you leave her alive.
Exactly. I was literally about to say, you need someone to mourn over Robot Man getting a spear in his face. You know what I'm saying? Definitely gonna live.
You need that character that's lost everyone they've ever loved. Brother, lover, parents.
Oh, Rip Quicksilver.
Oh yeah, remember when he was a character?
For one movie.
Man, I love speedsters.
So do I need to ask about Vision?
Oh, he did.
I'm pretty... He's
dead.
At the very least baited, like immediately gonna die.
I think that he's going to die. I think there is a possibility of them doing the whole... plot, we can bring him back without the Infinity Stone or something like that.
Isn't he just an AI?
He's Jarvis.
Yeah.
He's Tony's house.
Yeah.
He took the AI out of his house and put it into Vision, and now he has a new AI. What's her name? Friday?
Yeah, I think so.
And it's a female AI.
Yeah.
And in the comics, Scarlet Witch and the Vision, they're on again, off again, because they keep dying and coming back to life. So, I feel like it's...
Why haven't you been texting me
Vision
back?
is gonna die in this movie.
I was dead.
By the end of the part 2, he might be back. They might get the Mind Stone back away from Thanos and put it back in his body, and boom, he's back alive. But for this first part, he's dead.
Why do you guys think that he has a human form in this one.
Appear more human, to help with the whole love interest, to help blend in with people.
No,
make them more
I didn't
comfortable
mean
with it.
like why is in like why are they making him like that? I mean why like how does he do it? Like is it like a holographic projection, or did they build him in like a new life model decoy body?
Well, I
or
mean,
He already
maybe
has some
he
pretty-
taps into the power of the Mind Stone somehow.
Can he, like... I know he can walk
He's
through
a
walls,
synthetic
but
body.
he seems
Yeah.
to have a lot of control over how his body works. I wouldn't be go, oh, that's such a crazy power, if he just made himself have, like, more skin.
But
I don't
then again,
know.
he
Skin
could
color
What is he
skin.
made of?
He could also be like,
a
hey,
robot.
Tony, I want
look like a human?
people to be more comfortable around me. Can you make me a more human
Give
body?
me white face.
All right.
Next up is Stephen Strange, Doctor Strange.
I really don't want Doctor Strange to die. He's actually,
You're like the only person I know that has like such a love for Doctor
I
Strange.
don't know,
Like,
because I
he's
grew
great.
up...
no, he is, but
And I mean,
Neptune here is like the only person I've ever known that's like, oh
Neptune's
man,
a straight
Doctor
up cover
Strange.
bitch.
Dude, okay, look. I've watched, like... I don't know. I've watched a lot of Doctor Strange when I was a kid, and like one of my favorite movies
was
is when
there-
he fought Dormammu.
I didn't know there was a Doctor Strange movie.
There was like it was like an animated movie. You know, they make tons of that shit.
Oh,
There was like one of my favorite movies that I can't find is when he like fights Dormammu, and Dormammu was not only lit in his movie but lit in the movie back then when I was like probably like 12 or 13.
Dormammu, I've come to bargain.
And I just love his Benedict Cumberbatch playing as your boy. Also, Doctor Strange is like not only super powerful, not even like I was gonna say low key powerful, but like I don't know who could
feel like
really beat him. He has like
Underestimated.
yeah, he has so much like utility with all like the teleporting and all his magic and shit. I just love the fact about him that
Will
everyone
he
else
have
is like
that if Thanos gets the stone?
Yeah.
Okay,
His
that's
magic isn't powered by the stone.
Yeah.
That's just how he
was
uses
trained,
the time spells.
yeah.
I've only watched
He does
Doctor
that.
Strange once, and that was like when it first came out on Blu-ray.
Yeah, in the movie I watched, he had way more going
I
for
liked
him,
it.
but this one he still has some weapons.
I liked the movie a lot. I'm going through all the movies to prepare for Infinity War, so I'll be getting to Doctor Strange in like about a week or so.
Like I said before, I think he's gonna live and his sidekick's gonna die.
Yes.
Yep.
Which I don't. Is he on the list?
Wong.
Yep. Okay, so he is on the list. So we'll get. There.
I'm not gonna go all the way down to these side characters here. I'm gonna stop at the main characters.
No. Let's go through all of them, and we'll just
Okay.
not explain our theories on all of the little guys, but we'll. I just want to put all my predictions out.
Okay, fine. Next, I think Doctor Strange is gonna live. He's only been in one movie, and a lot of the main Marvel characters. Well, no, I meant one personal movie, and all the main Marvel characters seem to be getting 3s. He had his own movie. I think he's gonna get 3 movies. Iron Man got 3 movies. Captain America got 3 movies. Thor got 3 movies.
That's a good point.
She got her own movie. Ghost in the Shell. Oh wait, I'm just kidding.
I think it's too early to kill Doctor Strange off. I think they might tease it. I think they might maybe kill him off in this one, and like, oh, surprise, I wasn't dead in 4.
Yeah, I'm gonna be very triggered until he comes back. Because Doctor
You're just
Strange is one of my-
pissed for like a year.
I'm gonna be sulking, angry, just glaring at everyone.
Or you're gonna be at work. What's wrong? Doctor Strange.
Benedict Cumberbatch dead.
Black Panther.
No, he can't. If you're going back, I'm gonna always go back to the phase theory. He literally just rolled up in his own movie. Also, low key,
They literally just killed him in Black Panther.
he got thrown off a waterfall.
My point with Doctor Strange, I'm gonna put that with Black Panther. I think it's too early to kill him off.
Definitely.
Now, this doesn't apply to all these characters. I mean, they could kill him off, like as a surprise. Like they're like, oh, they just introduced Black Panther. Oh, he's dead. Like,
You're not wrong. Yeah.
okay, Ant-Man. Scott Lang. I was gonna say Hank Pym, but that's the old guy.
I have a perfect explanation for this one.
Everyone knows of Ant-Man and his power, and he can also, in this one, grow big. But, like, this new Ant-Man that they introduce is, like, one of my low-key favorite personalities. He every time he's on screen, I feel happier looking at him. And his dumb, stupid face, and his
Paul
dumb,
Rudd.
stupid, quirky, like, nerd shit.
Dude, like, my favorite part of the entire movie is I have a master's degree. I'll be fine. Welcome to Baskin Robbins. It's like, that is so true. That is literally, that is life.
Like, but I feel like if they're gonna make any of these surprise deaths, it's probably gonna be him, and I
Yeah.
really don't want to see that. But Corvus, you go with yours. I'm so undecided.
Here's my thing.
I'm on the fence.
He's gonna live. You know why?
Thank Christ.
Because Ant-Man 2 comes out after this.
Oh, I'm retarded.
Like, Ant-Man 2 is after this, so he's gonna live.
I didn't even think about.
I'm gonna smack you.
Dude, literally kill me. I'm so
It
retarded.
could take place before Infinity War.
Okay, but I don't think they're gonna release it after Infinity Wars and be like, surprise, it actually happened before. Especially because he was in jail before Infinity War.
Shit.
Shit.
Alright, so Ant-Man lives.
At least,
that was just,
yeah.
honestly, that's just an easy one.
Yeah.
Star-Lord.
Star-Lord? Yeah, I don't think they're gonna kill Star-Lord. I don't see it. I don't know.
I don't see him dying. And also, I'm pretty sure there's a Guardians of the Galaxy 3 in planning.
There is. They have already
So,
said there's gonna
again,
be
it's
one.
kind of one of those, like, I
But,
can't
I
see
mean-
them having a Guardians 3 without Star-Lord.
I agree. But in the in the comics, the Guardians of the Galaxy have had so many different characters, like, in and out.
Yeah.
Like Venom was on the Guardians of the Galaxy at one point.
But I just don't see them doing it.
But I agree. I don't think. I think Star-Lord's going to be fine. Gamora.
That's a green girl, right?
Yep.
She is Thanos' kid.
Favorite kid.
Favorite kid.
Was Thanos' favorite kid.
You could have, okay, one or two things could go on here. Either you could have a, semi-emotional scene of Thanos putting his own daughter down just to show how evil he is. Or you could have her be relevant and help out with the defeat of Thanos. It could go, in my book, it could go two ways.
She's
if they
narrating the one trailer.
Huh?
She does narrate part of the one
Yeah.
trailer.
I am more convinced that she's definitely going to be a big part of defeating Thanos. Because, she's his kid. I feel like she's going to be a big part in part 2 and help defeat Thanos. Because that would be really cool. And she's going to live. Or maybe sacrifice herself.
So, you know how we were talking about with Scarlet Witch surviving so that you have the character that mourn Vision? I think that Gamora is going to live because they've been building her and Nebula's bond. I think Nebula's going to die and she's going to be the one left to mourn it.
Nebula in this?
Yeah.
She's confirmed?
Yeah.
Oh, you see you later, Nebula.
What if Gamora dies and Nebula mourns?
I don't care
That's
if Nebula
possible.
crying.
But I definitely think Gamora's going to be the one that
Or-
survives it.
Gamora dies and Quill mourns.
I mean, possible, but I still think Gamora's living.
I don't know. I think if any of the main 5 Guardians are going to die, I think maybe Gamora might be in that list.
Yeah, I think Drax will be the one that dies.
I think
I was-
Drax.
I was
about
gonna
to say.
say.
I think Drax. Which Drax is next.
He's gonna get Batista bombed by Thanos. Rip my man.
He's on a hunt for Thanos. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, wasn't that... dude, I forget all these plot points. I need to go back and do what you're doing and rewatch all that shit.
Yeah, so Gamora I think will live and I think Drax will die. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Drax is dead.
I hope Drax doesn't die. I love Drax. I think he's really funny.
Yeah, the problem is with another Guardians movie, they have such a good chemistry between those 5. It's hard to imagine any of them.
Oh my
dying.
god, I know, right? But I think that's why it's perfect to kill one of them.
Exactly.
Oh.
And
Like they have
just-
such great chemistry together that killing one of them is literally gonna literally the screen is going to grow hands and pull tears out of our eyes.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
it's,
dog.
it's gonna.
That's very edgy, but... that's just... But the thing about...
I do also want to say a lot of these people who I think are gonna die, I could also see possibly just being like injured to the point of like forced retiring. Having to give up that whole thing.
I don't
For
think
most
that
of them, I think they're gonna die.
I don't think that they're going to do that with too many people. I could see that happening with like 1 or 2, but I don't
Yeah.
see that happening with a lot of them because I think that's too much of a cop out.
Yeah.
I am Groot.
Now.
Live.
No, he's going to live. He's
Like, they already
Now.
baited his
He's
death,
too-
and
he's
like,
too
he's
popular.
a teenager, right? He's like a teenage Groot? I
Yeah.
am teenage Groot.
Technically, as long as there is one shrapnel of wood, he will live.
yeah.
That might happen to him again, but like, even then, it'd just be stupid.
I don't think he's going to die and regrow again. They have already done that once. They're not going to recycle it again. I think he's going to be fine. If anything, I think he might like pull some because reasons where he grows like super big, like and like does like some really
Crazy
awesome
plant
yeah,
shit.
Yeah, in Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, you can literally control if you're like a little Groot or a giant Groot, like destroying everything.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. Now I have a crazy one for this one, but Rocket.
They can't kill Rocket Raccoon. That's like, if I feel like he's almost as likely to live as Star-Lord in my book. I feel like he's got
He's another one of those that I could see dying because they've already talked about how he has a shorter lifespan already.
Oh,
But at the same time, it's hard to imagine Groot without Rocket.
Mhm.
So I also don't think they'll kill him, but I could see him possibly being.
I
one
think
that dies.
Rocket has the biggest chance of dying out of the main 5 Guardians. It's literally Old Yeller. He's the dog. Like
Yeah.
he's a dude. Remember the scene in the first Guardians when he was sad about
He's a
Groot
trash
crying
panda.
and Drax walked up and he was petting him on the head and stuff like that. Dead Rocket in Drax's arms. Drax going like
God,
this.
damn, you're gonna make me cry
Like,
right now.
Groot's reaction. That could,
Groot raging out.
yeah, Groot
crying
raging
to
out
a
because
giant.
yeah,
Mm.
that could be what triggers Groot to like just go freaking nuts.
But you said there was another Guardians movie.
Yeah, but like I said, people in the comics,
Yeah, they,
like
they
the,
switch
like
him out.
there's a point where Guardians doesn't have anybody from the original team at all.
I know, but at that point,
Like I think Iron Man was on the Guardians of the Galaxy at one point,
yeah, I mean, I
and Nova.
looked at that a bit, and I know there were a lot of people subbing out, but honestly, if Rocket Raccoon dies, I might not even care that much for the next. I mean, of course I'm going to watch it, but like, I'll be very disappointed if Rocket Raccoon isn't in another Guardians of the Galaxy movie in the future.
I think that might be a big tearjerker moment that they're going to try to put in the movie.
That's gonna.
Some of these deaths also might happen in part 2 of the Infinity War.
Yeah.
So I don't know that all these will happen. All these deaths will happen in the first one, but I think it's going to happen in these 2 parts.
You need Rocket Raccoon to make all the good memes, and then you need Drax there to be like not understanding and be like, "Oh, that joke went over his head," and then Drax go, "No, nothing goes over my head.
Well,
my reflexes are too quick." And they'd have to have that chemistry, and I love that. That's like my favorite part.
Well, I was going to say, they're starting to understand Groot now, because there is that post-credits scene for Guardians of the Galaxy 2 where Quill is arguing with teenage Groot, because Groot, his room's like covered in vines, and he's playing the video game. He's like, I am Groot. He's like, don't give me that shit. Like,
How
actually-
many understand? It's just the same shit.
What you were just talking about with like again their chemistry and everything, and they're making the jokes, is why I think our next character, Mantis, is gonna live.
Yep, Mantis is next.
Because just
she can
picture
replace
one of the Guardians dying, and one of them like just naturally making a joke or a reference toward the dead character, and then Mantis being there like, everyone just got really sad. Because she can sense everyone's feelings.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I feel like that would just be one of those.
Dude, you have
I can see her living
you
just so
have
they can use it
feelings,
for that.
sexual feelings for her.
But you know what I mean? Like, I feel like she's the one who's just gonna be like,
she just
"What?"
revealed your deepest, darkest secret in front of everyone. You must be so embarrassed.
Yeah, exactly. Now that kind of makes you feel like Drax is
Goddamn
more of a chance
Drax.
because she can totally replace Drax as the character who doesn't understand shit.
Yeah, I could do that. Well, she understands. She just
Yeah, but they're both like
She's
equally
kind of-
dumb in
understands-
that.
she understands too much.
Yeah, to the
Nebula.
point of being. See you later.
She did.
Yeah. I feel like Thanos will definitely smash one of his kids' face.
I think she's too obsessed with revenge. She wants that revenge. She wants Thanos dead so much. I think she's gonna die in the process.
She's gonna charge
gonna
in,
do
and then it's gonna
something
be like-
stupid and die.
Now, Nebula is a robot, correct? She's not.
Android? She's
She's
was
not a human. Or,
she was a living creature, but because they talk about it, and Gamora and her had like these training
and
fighting
he,
sessions.
like every time she lost, he upgraded.
she
yeah.
would get like a cybernetic enhancement.
So, I think if
at this point, she's basically a robot.
if one character is going to get like a brutal death,
It's her.
it's going to be her. Like where they're not going to hide anything, because I mean it's going to be PG-13. We all know it's going to be PG-13. I could just see like Thanos literally like
Ripping her apart.
ripping her in half.
Crushing the skull.
Yeah, like crushing her skull, ripping her in half and stuff like that. And because she is an android, it's not going to be blood and guts and gore and stuff like that. And they could use like blue blood or green blood or something like that.
Oil.
Yeah, oil.
Yo, I'd love for Thanos while he's doing that to be like, be all smug and be like, I gave you these parts, now I'm taking them away.
That
As he
actually sounds
rips
very
parts
Thanos.
That like, oh man, I gave you these gifts and now I'm taking them back, and then just like,
I don't know if
rips
they
her
were
face
gifts.
off.
They were kind of like punishments. It was when she lost her fight with Gamora.
I mean,
she-
I
That's
know,
not
but
how
he'll
he
see
sees
them
it
as
I'm
gifts.
improving you. I'm making you better, stronger.
Yeah, take my gifts, and as he shoves like a knife in her arm that she could just pull out whenever. I don't know what attachments he gave her.
Rips her arm off.
Yeah, dude,
Beats her with it. Rips her arm off and hits someone else with it.
All right. the amazing, the spectacular Spider-Man.
No, they
I mean,
even
we
said
know
they were
he's
planning
alive.
or
He's
stuff.
alive.
Yeah, there's already a second one like announced. Like he's gonna live no matter what.
Spidey's good.
But he is the youngest out of all of them.
Yeah.
Imagine and we do see him get pummeled by
Getting
Thanos.
fucking body slammed by
So what do you
Thanos,
think's gonna
but-
happen to him?
I feel like he could take a hit like that. We were just going over it a while ago how swole Spidey is. I mean, of course not now since he's young, but I feel like he could take a hit like that. Was
I
he just
think-
getting his head smashed in? Spider-Man. Yeah, you got it.
I think for this part 1, he's gonna get the crap beat out of him, and he's gonna realize I have to become stronger, and he's gonna come back way stronger, ready to lead the next set of Avengers after part 2.
And I totally think that too. But he also, you were saying about how he was stronger and stuff like that. But in Homecoming, he had the building topple on top of him, and he had to fight really hard to get it up. He was really hurt, crying, asking for help and stuff like that. So if he's still gonna be relatively young. He's gonna be like 17 or 18 in this movie. I mean, if he gets punched in the face by Thanos, I think he might be out of commission.
Yeah, I mean, he's still very strong, and I feel like a building collapsing is about... I think maybe Thanos' punch is probably going to be, way harder than that, but I feel like maybe
Exactly.
he was able to escape the rubble. I feel like it'll hurt a lot, and that he'll probably be, a bit injured. Maybe do one of those classic hero, oh, my hand isn't working as well. He'll get up and be like, oh, shit. And then probably just jump back into battle. Or he might just get knocked clean out.
He's also going to be in an Iron Spider suit.
That's
so
right, he
there'll
is
be
in the
some
Iron
protection.
Spider. Yeah, so, I mean, Spider-Man's going to live. We have all. Rhodey, War Machine.
They baited his death once. I wouldn't be that surprised. They just finished him off. But, I mean, I could totally see them just being like, nah, let's just not kill him. Let's just keep him around. Because he's already, doesn't he have, back bombs or something?
I think he was paralyzed from the waist down.
Yeah, he can't walk. Tony makes him new legs. Cyber leg frame.
I feel like Thanos would rip his
braces.
legs off. But I don't think he's going to die.
Those things are going to get broken. He's going to be stuck watching his friends get beat down.
That's true. I
But
can see that
also,
happening.
if Iron Man does die, he's going to live so that he can take over.
I don't know if he'd take over. I think he'd stay War Machine, but maybe
Or
he'll take
be
on
there
the
to train
role.
the next guy.
He'll be like, I don't know. I think if Tony's dead, they're not going to do Iron Man again. I think if they would try to bring Iron Man back, fans would throw a fit saying that you can't replace Iron Man's dead. Let him go. Well, yeah, they replace everybody with the comics, and people complain about it. Ironheart, people complain about it. They don't like Ironheart very much. But I think you're right. I think if he does live, maybe he'll become the next Iron Man in the sense that he's not actually Iron Man. He'll stay War Machine, but he'll try to be
fill that
what Iron
hole.
Man was.
Yeah.
Falcon.
God, I don't know. I don't normally think about Falcon of the low tier heroes, the supporting cast. I feel like Falcon kind of would have a bigger impact dying because a lot of people like Falcon, and I like Falcon. And I mean, if I saw him die, I wouldn't be that surprised. I think I'll say he's gonna die. I feel like maybe. I don't know if he's on the list of people who can replace Captain America. But...
Yeah, it's in the comics. Falcon and Bucky have both taken up the Captain America mantle.
No, that kind of changes things. I'll go with living. Yeah.
I think he's going to live, and I think there's going to be one of those moments where he and Bucky are talking, and I think Falcon's going to be like, look, Captain America is important. I think you should step in and take his place. And I think he's going to be the one who kind of passes that mantle on to Bucky. And he's going to continue to be a sidekick, and continue to be someone who is training the new Avengers, because he has been one of the guys who stays there and trains the new recruits.
I don't think Bucky's gonna need Falcon to do that. I think he would take that on his own accord.
I think Bucky's still gonna be like, I don't deserve this. I've still done so much bad. I think that's where he's gonna come in.
I see that too. So maybe you're right. Maybe Bucky would be, if Bucky lives. We'll get to that in just a second. Steve would be dead. Bucky would be there, mourning him and stuff like that. And Falcon would come along,
give that little motivation.
Hey, we need to keep fighting and this and that. We need to fight what Steve was fighting for. We need to keep that going and stuff like that. That's when Bucky will pick up the shield.
I feel like Black Panther could kind of do that too, because in the trailers, it kind of seems like Black Panther and Captain America kind of get close.
Black Panther was keeping Bucky too.
They also kind of do the same thing where, Black Panther is a symbol of his country, Captain America, symbol of America, and he could be like...
Surprise twist, Black Panther becomes Captain America. Captain Panther.
Panther
America.
I just feel like if anyone's going to give that... dog. I'm gonna say, no, if anyone is going to give that speech to Bucky and be like, you should continue protecting your people, keep that symbol, as if it's in like My Hero Academia, be the symbol of peace. I don't know, just hold that mantle for America, because Captain America was very important for your country, just like the Black Panther is here in Wakanda.
And if Bucky would be like, I've already done so much bad, I don't think I can do it, then he would be like, it doesn't matter what you've done in the past.
Exactly.
I see exactly where you're going, and I kind of feel... Okay, erasing all that speculation that we just did, Bucky, lives or dies?
Lives. Definitely does not die.
I feel like they're gonna keep Bucky, so that if they ever go with the replace Captain America, they're gonna have to give it to Bucky. Like Falcon, I like Falcon, but they're not gonna give him.
He needs his real chance for redemption.
I think he's gonna live
himself.
too. I think either Falcon or Bucky are gonna die. I think one of those two. Like they're both Captain America's like right hand man. I think
they're both
one of
gonna
them
live, and they're gonna carry on his legacy.
I'm still thinking that one of them is going to carry on his legacy, and the other one is going to die along with Cap.
Yeah.
But I mean, they both could live too. Okay, so big guy behind the entire project, Nick Fury.
Oh.
He's been MIA for a while.
Yeah.
The last movie that he was in was
I
Winter
just don't
Soldier.
see him dying.
Yeah, me neither.
Like, he's just that guy that he's just somehow still alive. That, or maybe they'll finally pull in all the different android versions of him.
They bring in white Nick Fury.
White Fury.
Nick Fury was white originally.
Yeah,
and like they brought this one in after
they wanted Samuel L. Jackson.
Okay,
to play
yeah. Well, what happened was in the main universe, 616 was like the original comics and everything. Like Nick Fury was white, and then in the Ultimate Comics, which was like to bring in new readers that started everything fresh all over again, while they kept the old ones running, they started like a second run with like new. Like, they restarted everything. Mm-hmm. They made Nick Fury black, and they pictured him as Samuel L. Jackson. And then once the MCU started, they were like, oh man, Nick Fury's going to be black in the movie, so we got to make him black in the main comics now, too. So they did that, and they, like, did this whole, like, oh, I'm the son of the original Nick Fury, like, thing. Like, he's related to the original Nick Fury, but there's, like, the whole race difference and stuff like that. Like, I think his mom was black. Like, I can't remember exactly the explanation.
But it doesn't make you as black as Samuel L. Jackson. Just have one side.
Way,
or maybe, I don't know. Live? I feel like he's gonna live too.
I don't know. I think this one's pretty like 50-50 for me. I could see him living and I could see him dying.
Yeah, like I could see it either way, but I'm still leaning toward
he could. I don't keep up with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Do you? I know you.
Not really.
I definitely know.
No, I don't.
Coulson. What's Coulson up to?
You mean that pilot in? Oh, you didn't see Black Panther. Isn't that who he is?
No.
Coulson is like the guy. He was like in all of the like the first few movies, and then he started running Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh.
I was gonna say I could see Nick Fury dying, and Coulson, if he's still around, he could have died in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I don't know. I can't remember.
Well, because technically S.H.I.E.L.D. is disbanded, so he's off doing other stuff.
Well, I could see Nick Fury dying and Coulson becoming the head of whatever Nick Fury's the head of now. Or like
he's not the head of anything, really, because S.H.I.E.L.D. is gone.
Okay. I see what you mean. All right, now we're into like the low tier characters that actually we'll skip ahead for a little bit. Loki.
I mean, I've said this before. I think he's gonna die.
I feel like it's gonna be a sick bait because I feel like Loki's just like has too much survival instinct to die. I feel like he's gonna snake away because that's like the perfect Loki thing to do. And I love Loki, and I don't want him to die. I don't want to make every excuse to
faked his death so many times. I think it's gonna be one of those like he dies, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, he's not really gonna be dead," and then he's gonna actually be dead. And it's gonna be like, "Wait, what? He's really dead? Like for reals?" kind of thing.
Yeah, I think that this is like the opposite of the whole 3-movie thing. Loki's been the main villain of Thor. He was the main villain of the Avengers. he was like he did like a whole betrayal thing in Thor: Dark
Every
World,
movie.
and then they baited his death in Dark World. Like they made Loki's dead, and then in Thor: Ragnarok, surprised he's not dead. But then he tried to do the betrayal thing again, and then got the Tesseract. Now they're leading into Infinity War. I think he actually might die in this one, or in Part 4, one of the two.
He's also the one who pointed out that Asgardians are not immortal.
Yeah, I think he's dead.
fun.
I think he's on the chopping block.
Yep.
All right, so now it's like all the low tier characters. Maria Hill.
Who?
Exactly.
Like Nick Fury's right-hand gal.
She's a SHIELD agent.
Like second in command.
I could totally see her just like dying to some random alien. I've been sure.
She cares so much about protecting Nick Fury. I think she's gonna save him and die.
I could see that too. I don't know much about Maria Hill. The one thing I remember the most is like a whole another like, oh, what if Deadpool was in the cinematic universe thing? They said because she plays Robin in How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
It's the same chick. And they said like if Deadpool ever gets into the cinematic universe, they should be like,
Deadpool and
is that
Maria
Robin Sparkles? Like,
Oh yeah.
Also,
let's go to the mall.
like whenever Deadpool does anything with Shield, Maria Hill is kind of like the go-to person that they involve him with.
Oh yeah.
But I still think she's gonna die.
But yeah, Deadpool. Yeah. I think I could see her maybe dying. You already know your answer for this one. Wong, Doctor Strange's friend.
Yeah, he could totally die. He's probably gonna like maybe either save Doctor Strange or jump in at some point. Doctor Strange's gonna be like, "No, Wong," and Wong's gonna be like,
Yes.
"See you later, man."
Yeah, I mean, I think Doctor Strange is gonna be like trapped. Maybe he's in that spike thing that we see in the trailer,
Yeah.
and while he's basically getting tortured, you know, they're gonna be like, "We're just gonna take the Eye of Agamemnon, aka the Time Stone," and he's gonna be like, "No, stop it! I can still fight." Dead.
Yeah. That's the one warrior chick from.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce her name. Oki. Oki.
I think it's Oki.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Black Panther, so I can't comment.
She's like a super swole warrior.
She's like an incredible fighter, and I would not want to see her die, but at the same time, I could see her dying.
Yeah. I can totally see her
Doing
just jumping in.
again one of those protecting Black Panther, protecting her king.
Yeah.
I could see it not ending well.
Shuri.
That's the sister, right?
She's gotta live.
Yeah.
I can't see the like the future Tony Stark, the better than Tony Stark dying when it comes to technology. I think she's gonna live and be the technology person for the future phases.
Yeah.
The cinematic universe has twisted who plays who and stuff like that around before. Like with Hela being Loki's daughter in the comics, being Odin's daughter in the movies and stuff like that. Ironheart.
Oh, basically
Ironheart's the
next
new Iron Man. It's a black girl.
Oh.
Yeah, I could see that. Because she is probably more technologically intelligent and savvy than Iron Man.
She literally had like the pulse weapons.
Yeah.
In the movie that she used against Killmonger.
Killmonger.
Yeah, she literally had like the exact same weapons basically, and she was just like firing off.
That's just speculation, but I think that would be kind of cool if they would introduce like a new Iron Man character, like have her be it. Like that'd be kind of neat.
Yeah, I think she's gonna be that new tech person, and could very well be.
I don't think it's gonna happen. Like I don't think they'll do that.
But I could definitely.
I would be on board if they did that. M'Baku.
Oh, he did. He did.
I think that's the big swole gorilla guy from Black Panther.
Oh yeah, the gorilla tribe dude. He's in this movie?
Yeah.
Why?
He
Why?
finally joining forces with Black Panther to fight off Thanos and his army. That's what it looks like in the trailer. But he did.
I feel like he might be so like irrelevant that
Especially if
just totally live and be like, oh yeah, there's that dude.
Ayo.
Is it the same warrior chick?
I don't remember who that is.
I don't know
But-
either.
I'm gonna say dead.
I'm gonna say dead.
I don't know who she is. She's dead.
Anyone who I don't know, I'm gonna say dead.
Don't know who she is. She's dead.
Oh yeah.
Ned from Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Oh no, you can't kill that
No,
kid.
he'll be fine.
He's gonna be the fat kid with the computer just talking
He's
to
gonna be the guy in the
Spidey.
chair.
Yeah, exactly. No, you can't kill Ned.
He's not gonna be.
I really hope.
He's not gonna be near the action to die.
He gets ripped in half.
No, I really hope there's like some meme interaction between Thanos, the main big boss, and Ned.
He's
Like
the
if
guy
Than-
that takes him down.
If Thanos finds Ned, like maybe I don't know, maybe Ned's just like in the headquarters, and Thanos walks in and is like, "What is this child doing here?" And he's just like, "I'm watching porn or something."
I'm watching
that.
I'm not a part of the. It's like, what is this pornography? I don't. I would totally love to see
I
just
feel,
like
I
meme
feel like he's gonna
dialogue.
live, but if Spider-Man does end up playing a bigger role in beating Thanos like he does in the comics, I could see Thanos like trying to stop or punish Spider-Man for fighting him by killing one of his best friends. Being
Or-
like, let me show you
Or
the
there
power
could be,
of the glove.
I mean, there could also
Dead.
be a scene where in New York, school bus and like there's a big giant battle or crash or something like that causes a school bus to crash and he could die in that.
I feel like Ned's gonna.
Because you know everyone who ever gets close to Spider-Man ends up dead.
That is true. I hated that character. Like
You know what?
I don't hate the character itself, but Ned Leeds from the comics is nothing like this. And this guy is Genki from the Ultimate Spider-Man comic books that was best friends with Miles Morales Spider-Man. They took Miles Morales' best friend, made it Peter's best friend, and changed the name to a character from the original Peter Parker Spider-Man comics. And it's like completely twisted around, and I did not like it at all. Like, it pissed me off. They should have saved him for if they ever introduced Miles Morales into the MCU and had Genki. I get that they wanted to give Peter a best friend that wasn't Harry Osborn, because he's been in all of the Spider-Man movies, like, but I still think they could have. I loved the movie. I love Spider-Man: Homecoming. It was one of my favorite Spider-Man movies, but I still wish they would have done something different with that. And finally on the list is the Collector.
Without a doubt, dead. Like I said, he's holding on to the red one, the Aether. What is that?
He is holding.
reality.
Yep.
He might play it off as like, I feel like he's either going to be like, no, this is mine, it's part of my collection, and Thanos be like, dead. Or he's going to be like, oh, yeah, you can have this, and be like, I was holding on to it for you. Oh, really? You're lying. Dead.
Yeah.
What I think is going to happen is they'll show Thanos coming to collect it, or the Black Order coming to collect it for Thanos or whatever, and him refusing to give it away or offering to give it away or whatever, and you literally just see his entire like the building that he has all his collection and stuff and just blowing up,
Obliterated.
and like, you know he's dead. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a Marvel scene. Yeah.
Either way, dead.
Yeah. See you later, Collector.
Chopping block. Bye-bye.
all right, well that's all the people on this list. I'm sure there's more people in the movie, like in the end and stuff like that, but that's all we got on here so far. That is like what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 4. That is 16, 30. That's 32 characters right there. And I think they said in the end there's going to be like 60 confirmed characters.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
So
We'll just have to wait and see.
yeah. So before we're going to wrap things up here shortly, is there any like last predictions that don't fit in any of the other stuff that we talked about that you think is going to happen in the movie?
Not really predictions. I'm kind of just...
Or hopes, like something you want to see?
I just really want to... Because in a lot of Avengers and things like that with Marvel, with the Hulk in it, there have been so many, at least scenes I've seen, where the Hulk, they have to fight him and take him down. And didn't they do that in Avengers 2? Something? Hulk was going crazy and Hulkbuster rolled up?
But he seems to have more control
Yeah,
now,
he does.
So I don't know that they're...
I'm all for the idea of them all having to fighting Hulk and put him... If he's gonna die, put him down that way. If they're gonna let him live, I'm totally down for Hulk living, because I love the Hulk.
Speaking of Hulk, Black Widow, they had their romance.
Oh,
Hulk disappeared. He's coming back now. What's going to happen with that romance? Is anything going to happen? I mean, there's going to be something about it, but I don't know what.
Wasn't there a scene in the trailer where it was like Hulk or Banner just looking at sexy Scarlett Johansson in the distance or something?
Possibly. Like
I'm pretty sure there was like a scene. It was like a quick clip of it, and it was like kind of awkward and weird.
Well, that would probably be right. But there's going to be some kind of reuniting, and I don't know how it's going to
I
go.
didn't even think about that. Yeah, they were totally kind of. I think.
It's been a couple of years since they've seen each other then too. So because it was 2
Roughly
years.
2 years.
No, it was 2 years between.
That and Thor Ragnarok,
Yeah,
so who
Age
knows
of
after
Ultron and Thor Ragnarok.
I think we're good.
Yeah, honestly, I think that pretty much covers everything I can think of right now.
I'm sure that there's plenty of other stuff that I could think of that I want to talk about right now, but we've already hit, so far we've been recording for just about 2 hours.
One last thing, very important. Where do you think the soul gem is?
Oh, of course
The
we got
last
to talk about the
Infinity
soul
Stone.
gem.
We
What
can't
are we even
forget about
doing?
that.
Like,
What are we doing, guys?
We're going to delete this recording and just start all over again.
Yeah, dog. I didn't look into that at all, and I don't know.
It's the
properties of
one-
the soul gem.
It's the one gem that
We have
we
not seen yet.
haven't seen at all in the entire series yet.
I definitely saw a YouTube video thumbnail of, does Captain America have the soul gem?
Yeah.
I have no idea how that's possible, but...
There's like an orange reflection in his eye, which is probably from his glove.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
there's so many different theories about this person has the soul gem, this person has the soul gem, it's like Captain America is just one theory.
Yeah.
So like,
I've seen one where it's in Wakanda, and that's why the war is going on there.
yeah,
But the one that I'm rooting for
the meteor.
is the one that... Well, I did think about, like, Wakanda, you know, the vibranium came down in Meteor. Maybe vibranium is so OP because it's been powered up by an Infinity Stone. But the one that I really am a fan of, because I love this character, is Heimdall. He can see across all the different realms. His eyes are orange.
Oh.
And
The dude with the sword from Thor.
Maybe it's not that he can just see across the 9 realms, but what is that he can actually just see all the souls because he's connected to that by the soul gem.
Yes.
Possibly. I like that theory because I love Heimdall. I think he's a great character. I think, oh my god, I'm blanking out on the actor's name.
Idris Elba.
Yes.
I
We are
fucking
canceling
I
the
love him.
apocalypse.
I love him, and I just want him to have a bigger role, even if him having that stone would possibly mean he dies. I just want him to be in the movies more.
Yeah,
'cause I
that
love
would
him.
totally explain how he was able to... Because that was the one thing I was watching Thor Ragnarok, where he kind of brought Thor to where they were to have him see what was going on. If he can connect souls like that, which watching the video that I was watching explaining all the stones, would totally make sense if he has the soul gem. So, Soul Stone. God,
They were originally called gems
I know.
in the comics, and then they changed them to stones.
That would be awesome.
Like I didn't really have a concrete idea of where I thought they would be, but that's a pretty solid thing. And I'm sure that, like, I mean, if anybody ever listens to this podcast, they'll be like, no guys, it's clearly not him because of this reason. And
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure they could be right because
Whenever I come
we don't
about-
know as much as like
Anyone.
like there could be like a person living down the street could like literally be like so obsessed with this stuff that they could like prove everything we've said in this entire podcast wrong. But I really like that theory, and I'm gonna go with it. I think that might be where it is.
Because he's kind of just had this, super practical ability to make him the gatekeeper. Have they ever explained that in any comic book? Ever?
Probably.
I mean,
the sword is, I think, the key to the. I think you just
It's the key to the bridge and the teleporting.
but his ability is unique to
yeah,
himself,
but
right?
you said he was the gatekeeper. I mean, like Scourge was the gatekeeper in Thor Ragnarok, so he could do the same thing.
Yeah, but Surge
Because he
sucked.
had the sword.
but he
Other
could
than
still
when
do
he-
that.
That's one of the things.
Yeah.
The
I understand what
stone
you're
might
saying.
be in the sword. Which also might be why Heimdall can wield it, because he's not in direct contact with it, so he's not blowing him up.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah.
that chick in Guardians of the Galaxy 1.
That was unfortunate.
Makes sense. To me, at least.
Okay, so I think that about wraps it up for our first episode here.
Yeah, I think we did pretty good. Obviously, we're not experts on any of this stuff. We just want to kick back, relax, and talk to each other. We talk to each other all the time. We just thought it'd be fun to kind of put it out there for everybody to listen to.
Be on the watch out for the bi-weekly episodes, and I guess can't wait to see you until next time, guys.
All right. Thanks for listening.
Peace out,
Bye.
mofos.
Thank you for listening to Just a Bunch of Nerds. You can find us on Facebook by searching at Just a Bunch of Nerds Podcast, as well as on Twitter at Bunch of Nerds. Come back next time and level up.